And gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Mats and Marks. It is your boy Hollywood Hogan.
It's GCF owner RJ Wallace.
Okay, I have to ask. We're saying exactly. I thought it was gonna be the three of us for this week's show.
So last couple weeks, took a toll on my good friend Joseph Saint. And as a good friend, as the owner of the company, you got to give people time off, man. He was looking a little stressed. He was letting a couple things get to him.
He didn't have the scarf last week either, so
he didn't have his scarf. That's how you know shit is bad.
the stress levels are
He
getting
doesn't have
high.
a scarf, So he's taking the week off. He's not scouting or he's not doing anything. He's just chilling.
Damn, I didn't know you had that power to give people days off.
I'm the owner of the company.
Okay, I didn't know. I wasn't aware.
Like, come on.
I just thought,
Like, that's what happens.
Come on. You know the real reason why he ain't here.
No.
Yeah, I heard he might have actually needed that time off, if you know what I mean.
Personally, I heard he was a little tied up.
So, that per the email from the good old investors, we have to have a guest every week. We can't.
So you're
have
just
two
booking this
people.
week's podcast, huh?
I didn't book this shit. Look,
Okay,
they just told me.
Why, you scared?
there's two
no,
guests.
never.
Are you
never.
scared?
No, I'm
How
just.
about now?
I'm shocked that you actually went ahead with yourself and did this.
So welcome back to the show, Billy Bonds,
Good to be here,
manager
RJ.
extraordinaire, and former GCF UV champion, Tony Reyes.
Hey, watch that F word.
Former?
Yeah, that's still an F word.
Oh, sorry.
I'm still bitter by that.
Look,
How are you going to run a company and just let me wrestle a man like Terex and turn around and get jumped by that little long-haired punk? Why'd you meet my?
Tony,
was that muted?
Tony, come on. That was a brilliant display of cowardice on Helmuth's part. You got to give him that much.
this
And
isn't
you
my
were in the
division.
war,
I
too.
don't do any UV division stuff. So
that doesn't fall in your
that-
jurisdiction either.
That's the guy who's not here.
Well, that's the reason why he got shoved on
Ironically.
his backside too.
Yeah.
Think about it. I was hurt. I got jumped, and I still fought my butt off to try to keep that title.
Yeah,
And
You did put up a good fight.
there was a fighting chance there. You almost even retained that title twice in one night, which would have been insane. But then, we all saw the video here on Mats and Marks. It seems that you've aligned yourself with Billy Bonds after everything that happened.
Well, to be honest, Saint should have seen this coming. I caught Tony on an off night.
you promised a lot, though.
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got
the money may not necessarily be coming from GCF either, okay? Because there's legal obligations and stuff where I can't talk about certain energy drinks yet.
Energy drink.
But
He
yes,
took a little left turn there, but
we're getting sponsors, okay?
You getting them
Okay.
sponsors?
I'm getting commercials. I'm getting my own shoe line.
Shoe line.
Oh yeah,
Jeez. So this is the whole Billy Bonds experience,
Billy
right
Bonds
here.
is making it work.
Okay.
But like I was saying, Saint should have seen this coming. Tony and I have worked together elsewhere for some time now, and come on, really, you guys didn't see this coming. But you know what? That's
This
okay.
wasn't my battle.
That's okay. No, you're right.
I
You're
just
right.
like
You're
seeing
right.
people get opportunity.
Which that brings me to this.
I'm in.
We're not here about all that tonight.
Oh, we're not.
You graciously agreed to have us on the show tonight.
Yes.
We're
Okay.
actually going to talk about 3PWA tonight.
3PWA makes their return this Saturday night in Anaheim, just down the road. And it's dope to have all these other companies, promotions out here in Orange County. It's not just GCF and OCCW. We got 3PWA, and they're making their big return.
When we started this company, Raina Reyes came up with promoters helping promotions promote.
Promoting promoters.
It's
Let's stick it with
simple.
each other, yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we went to 3PWA as an alliance, because I feel like that we have a good working relationship with GCF. Well, we did. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's going to continue or not.
It seems like there's blurred lines
I'm cool with
there.
y'all. You know,
I think we'll be fine.
I'm more like the business part. You know, Saint does the wrestling stuff. You know,
Saint,
mean,
Saint and
Apparently,
I'll-
can get
Saint
people
and I'll
days
get
off
our
now. I mean,
stuff
that's
worked
new. I mean,
out.
coincidence, but
We'll,
you want some days off?
He'll,
mean,
he'll
that would be
come
cool.
around. I mean,
We can like, we can like do that right now.
let's continue with the podcast, right? Should we continue as a regular podcast? We have our guest here. We have our guest here. Let's just jump right into this regular podcast before we get into all the shenanigans that we usually get into. Let's jump right into the wide world of wrestling. So this is going to be fun to get these guys' opinions about all the things that's happening in the wrestling world. Let's just jump right into this. Samoa Joe suspended for 30 days for failing the wellness policy. Now, this has been rumblings going on, rumors going around. He's also going through a concussion injury that he sustained during a WWE commercial shoot where he took a botch through a table. The table did not break. He just crashed his head into it. So he's dealing with the concussion. He's suspended for 30 days. They didn't really say what he failed for. A lot of people are saying because of marijuana use. From what I've been told, WWE is starting to be a little bit more lenient on the marijuana use. They're not really focused on that anymore as time goes on. They're seeing like test results that helps concussions and injured
Sign of the
wrestlers.
times.
Yeah, sign of the times. I mean, the NFL is doing that as well now. WWE is going forward with that as well. So I don't think it was because of marijuana use. You could assume what you want with Samoa Joe.
Right on time to miss that Saudi trip, though.
Well, Rusev
I
as
see
well.
you.
Yeah.
I see you, Joe.
I think the man's making plans, or not making plans, as
True.
it were.
You just,
Well, 30-day vacation for Samoa Joe coming up, so he'll be off of TV for quite a while. And also that concussion
maybe
seems to be
he's hanging out with
serious.
Saint. We don't know.
You never know. We may
Samoa Joe's from here.
run into him at
You're gonna
one
get
of
me
our
in trouble.
shows. You never know. He might start checking out the indie scene again.
Yeah, so that's like the third or fourth suspension by WWE in the last 4 or 5 months. We've seen Bobby Roode be suspended. We've seen Andrade get suspended, even though Andrade's was weird because apparently the suspension was due to him not showing up to the facility to take the test. That's why he was suspended for that, violation. Samoa Joe, it was over some kind of performance enhancement, according to rumors. But we will see Samoa Joe not anytime soon. But in other WWE news,
It was only testosterone. It's okay. We're getting older. It happens.
preach.
Speak for yourself there.
Whatever
Check the hairline, Billy. Check the hairline, Billy.
There isn't one anymore.
That's all I'm saying. Testosterone, buddy. Let's get that thing growing.
In other news,
Are we still talking about the
about
hairline?
whoa, ooh, okay. That's
In other news.
Yeah, another
Either
news.
way, no big thing.
No big. WWE is in talks with ESPN Plus to sell its pay-per-view rights over to them. Obviously, that would kind of make the network kind of obsolete. I mean, you will not be able to get the. You would have the network, but you won't be able to get the pay-per-views there. You would have to get another subscription with ESPN Plus to watch the WWE pay-per-views on that streaming service. ESPN Plus already has a deal with the UFC, so I mean, it looks like WWE is being very serious about selling their pay-per-view rights to a different streaming service than their own.
How come WWE didn't reach out to Fox?
Well, what's-
Fox have? Like
What
a
streaming
Fox
service do
Sports
they
app?
use? Well, yeah, but they want like a legitimate service that's like, like it's working for UFC so far. So I think that's why they're trying to work
Here's
with
my
that.
thing. Then that takes the whole $9.99 off the table because
That's
Yeah.
already been said. That's already
Yeah.
been talked about.
it's like that's one of the only reasons why I keep the network. I like going back and watching the old stuff. The classic wrestling,
Yeah,
if you will.
Well, yeah, and it brings up that question. I mean, I don't know. I would not want to pay that price. I mean, you have those classic matches, but the pay-per-views also come with that.
That's what they make YouTube for.
Yeah,
They're,
exactly.
they're gonna bury their own network. Yeah.
Yeah, it just
No
it doesn't
question.
make sense.
No
It just
question.
it's a weird concept idea. I wonder how it pays off in the long run. It's kind of like you said, they're burying what they already have. So I don't get it in the long run, but we'll see.
This means no matter to me. I haven't paid for the network in like 2 years. So
It's
you know,
kind of like
thanks, Grandma.
kind of like burying your UV champion.
Whoa.
Come
Boy,
on, dog.
this just keeps coming around.
Look, we didn't tell Helmet to go out there, man. Well, at least I didn't.
Well, in other news, Matt Hardy's latest WWE offer had him moving to the NXT brand. That's the latest contract offer he has been given. He apparently is still leaving, though.
What is Matt Hardy gonna do at NXT?
I don't know, but that was their last offer to Matt Hardy, was for him to be, under control of Triple H and be on the NXT brand. It looks like he's going to be on AEW, and he may even debut during this Saturday's AEW Revolution. So, yeah, Matt Hardy it doesn't seem like he wants to stay in WWE at all. But interesting, you know. I mean, how would you even use him in NXT though?
Yeah, no, like what?
Like, what would be like an idea for him on NXT in the long run there? I mean, were you gonna give him a title shot, or like, there's really nothing for him to do there? You're gonna send Jeff there too, make him go up against the bruiserweights. I mean, there's nothing for them to do there. So you'll probably see Matt going on there. And again, AEW has continued to tease Matt Hardy going there, even bringing up the obsolete moment during this week's episode of AEW Dynamite. So I would expect that to happen. And in other AEW news, Lance Archer has officially signed the contract. He is now a member of AEW. In the statement, he said, "This company champions the creative, competitive, and electrifying environment that I have been waiting for my whole entire career." So, you know, New Japan isn't going to be very happy with that statement, but Lance Archer moving on to AEW.
Good for Lance Archer.
Yeah. And again, this brings it back
You
to...
think he'd be mad if I said who?
I'm right there with you. I've heard the name, but yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
have fun going to play with the Young Bucks. I mean,
Yeah, and New Japan tried their best.
Be
They
nice,
gave him
Tony.
the IWGP United States Championship as kind of a sweetener to stay there. Obviously, didn't work. He's headed there. They're just using the TNT money right now as best they can with whoever is available at the moment.
That's
Yeah,
what you do with money.
yeah. And then
Well,
talking about
just remember what happened to WCW when they did that.
yeah, Billy.
I
You
mean,
know,
they spent money on Scott Steiner at the end, though, so that's on them. And Buff Bagwell
But
and Mark Jindrak.
and the list goes on and on.
2 words, Russo.
In other news, man.
Because if Jim Cornette was running that
Oh.
program, that would have been a whole different story.
Here we go, Uncle Jimmy.
being said on the podcast that was
Maybe-
blocked by him.
Saints probably
hey,
throwing
do you
shit.
think Saints watching?
He's probably like in a
On his
mansion
day off,
somewhere.
man.
On his day
On
off.
his day
I'm about
off.
to give this man a heart attack, man. He's-
I'm hoping he has his phone because I mean,
I'm sure he got the notification.
last time I seen him, he was like I said, a
I
little
mean,
tied up.
You know, he's
Okay.
probably got
May
not be
somebody
able to
holding
reach
his
that phone.
for him, you know, Gio Amazing, you know, been showing him.
Oh,
Stuff, you know.
all right. In other New Japan Pro Wrestling news, they have canceled all their shows until March 15th due to the coronavirus outbreak. So, New Japan Pro Wrestling out of business for a few weeks, and it might even extend to a whole month. It's just
I heard
Getting
that
to be
stuff's
some
canceling
scary
the
Yeah.
shit.
events.
That is
that's-
getting to
I
be
would
some
definitely switch to
scary
Heineken.
shit.
let's go on. In other news,
Tony's on a roll.
I know
Fire.
he's killing all of these, man. Tyson Fury obviously won one of the biggest boxing heavyweight matches this last weekend. He's already been offered a WrestleMania spot after winning. Triple H and Stephanie were in attendance of the Devontae Wilder Tyson Fury match.
Where to go with that?
Yeah, so he's being offered a spot at WrestleMania to possibly face the Big Show. So take that. To possibly face the Big Show.
Come on, if Show could karaoke Bono,
I don't know. I'm reminded of that debacle with
I'm just-
Show and Mayweather.
Oh, man.
Jesus, we don't need another one of those.
I mean, Mayweather held his own.
Mayweather did fine.
That doesn't say much,
the
man.
whole thing.
That was the most punches he's thrown in a fight since the Conor one.
Oh,
I'm just saying,
I mean,
man.
still undefeated, man. You know,
Well, you know, when you duck and run, that's what happens. MLW is in talks
Tell
with
us how you're really
MLW is in talks with CBS to possibly have a potential TV streaming deal with them. So MLW is in talks with CBS for a potential streaming service and for them to be on the network there. I think CBS has like their own little streaming CBS Plus, whatever it is. Everybody has a streaming service nowadays. So MLW is in negotiations with them to possibly have their shows onto that.
to
Yeah,
them.
they're growing quickly.
They're up in their
Yeah.
game. Yeah, they're suddenly on the scene. I mean, they've been there forever, but
Yeah.
they're suddenly you know who they are now.
didn't they just pick somebody up too to help run it?
I believe so. They just made a executive like decision where they have somebody new in charge in their front office, but they're making moves. They're making a lot of moves. They're really pushing it forward with MLW. They're the ones that don't get enough attention, but they're slowly creeping up. Like they might surpass Ring of Honor eventually. The way things are going right now.
Dark horse.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, especially working on CBS. That's huge news.
Especially since Ring of Honor seems to be going the other way.
Hey, Marty's trying his best, but it doesn't seem to be working, especially with Bully Ray there just taking all the shots. Vicky Guerrero has claimed that she's been ghosted by the WWE ever since she showed up on AEW Dark. That she said that they had a relationship that they were working because she has a podcast like everybody else does, and she was working with former talent from the WWE. She shows up on AEW Dark. Nobody stops responding to her. She's not getting any emails back. She's not getting any requests back. Every single talent on the roster has completely ghosted Vicky Guerrero, which is, just WWE doing their petty business, which, it's going to happen, when companies are going against each other. It's not always going to be peaceful like that. So Vicky Guerrero's podcast may be shutting down if she can't get any talent, because AEW is also introducing their own podcast stream. So
Call me.
In other news, Bret Hart will be inducting Davey Boy Smith into the Hall of Fame, and hopefully this year he's not tackled by some random psycho, which is then used as a Ring of Honor thing for the following show. Hopefully Bret's okay this time around, but luckily.
You have your own energy.
You know,
Is that what I'm talking about?
Whoa.
I ain't saying nothing.
Billy Bonds out here.
I know,
making
man.
moves,
The price of admission to join Billy Bonds, man. It's looking like it's paying off. You got
I
energy
didn't
drinks?
know you had this much juice, man.
Oh no, it's not juice.
Oh,
I guarantee you it'll tickle your innards.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough of that.
that's a very southern thing to say, man.
As spoiled.
Have you met Mr. Reyes?
I've talked to him a couple times.
As spoiled by the WWE, The Undertaker is expected to return tomorrow morning during the Saudi Super bullshit show that they're having tomorrow.
Are we still having our Saudi watch party tomorrow?
Are we? Because I don't think I'll be
GCF
there.
Offices?
Okay.
I mean, nobody answered my email.
No, I'm taking my day off that day.
It's no secret,
okay.
especially with Mr. Saint. May he rest up. But that I like the old school, and of course, Taker is without a doubt bona fide legend, and should have hung it up about at least 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's all I got.
But if I had to pay, would I rather pay to see The Undertaker, or would I rather pay to see the Young Bucks?
Well, you made that too easy.
Damn, we go there.
I'm just
I
saying.
mean, you made that way too easy.
If we're going to talk about wrestling, we're going to talk about wrestling.
And this is expected to start the whole.
Say probably.
You got to deal with that later. Good luck with that one. But apparently, this is going to set up Taker versus AJ Styles. This is going to be the setup tomorrow night. The Phenom versus the Phenomenal one. Hopefully, it will be Taker's last match. Because again, who can give him another good match other than AJ Styles? So
I suppose if anybody can.
yeah, if anybody, yeah, this will probably be but it's going to be set up tomorrow night. Even though WWE already spoiled it. Saudi spoiled it because their airport filmed Taker showing up in some fashion, but I guess they're still trying to sell tickets. But yeah, so Taker is expected to show up, and Triple H will not be having a WrestleMania match this year.
Wow, why not?
But I mean, what would you do with him? I know Mark Jindrak's challenging him, but
I'm good with that too. Same.
Second time Mark
same
Jindrak's
for
been
him.
mentioned.
Same for Taker. That guy shouldn't have been stepping in a ring unless he's wearing a suit for some time now.
I mean,
Yeah.
his match with Batista wasn't bad last year.
the build-up was great. I can't remember when was the last time Hunter even missed a WrestleMania.
When he was hurt, I'm guessing.
I don't know, but
It's been a minute.
But
It's
Yeah,
been
it's
a
been a
hot
while.
minute, yeah. So this is going to be the first one.
Triple H had a great line, a great shot at Batista and his security detail during the build-up for that when he called them the guardians of the independent scene. That was classic.
Oh man, if you like that one, you have to watch AEW Dynamite this week because there's a moment between Hangman and Kenny and the Young Bucks where the Young Bucks have one of the best disses ever to Hangman. I don't want to say it because I'm going to spoil it, but make sure to watch this week. It was probably one of the best sit-down promos AEW has had in
I don't know if I could sit through something with all of those guys.
just for the burn itself. You should watch it just for the burn because the burn itself is
The only
good.
thing I like watching about A-Dub, Dustin.
Ah, okay.
Red
Yeah.
Dust.
Old
You know,
school.
old school.
It's like the oldest guy on the roster besides Tony Schiavone and JR.
Hey,
Oh, we don't know about Hager, man. He might be up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
you know, it's just it's gold dust, man, and it's always gonna be, the natural to me. I know that's before your time,
So,
probably before your
Oh,
time,
way before my time, for sure.
and I guarantee you, Saint's never seen any video of the natural, the wrestling days.
Saint, y'all gonna have some real beef with Saint. I've seen Saint angry
Gonna?
a couple times. I don't, he was already trying to come after you.
Just-
you were
just-
outside.
Well, no,
the whole time.
I know. I pay attention.
Hey,
You were
RJ, just keep this in mind.
you were talking about
I'm not DI. I smacked the shit out of him.
Who? Girl? I mean, look.
I look over my shoulder because you were talking about some random psycho tackling Bret Hart. Well, I remember some random psycho tackling Chris Cadillac a while back. So I'm always paying attention.
That happens.
You know?
I mean, kind of brings that on to himself, though. I mean, people he hangs out with,
Yeah. And in one final note in the wrestling news this week, Tony Khan has taken control of AEW creative direction. So Tony Khan being a more focal point in the creative decisions over at AEW. He even tried to stop Cody from doing the moonsault off the cage. He tried to intervene in that, but it seems like Tony Khan has now have more power in the back in AEW.
So we went full money mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Tony Khan, like, from interviews that I've seen from like AEW, even like before they started, like, he really wants to play this safe. Like, he's really trying to be like, yo, like, we don't want to push any type of envelope. Like, what?
Well, he took a shot at
Why?
WCW this week too, saying that he learned a lot of lessons from the mistakes that WCW had. So
Those are really bad mistakes.
yeah.
Like, some of those things should happen.
That's history.
Buff
I mean,
Bagwell's
yeah.
mom should not have been on that forklift. Or, Vampiro shouldn't have thrown Sting off the stage. Some of these things shouldn't have happened, 3 count shouldn't have been tag team champions.
Tank Abbott? Sorry.
Take it.
Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
And
That's just wrong.
and watch the footage. I can only count 4 of Booker T's WCW title reigns.
That's okay, because I'm going to get you. Sucker.
Look, hey, it's Black History Month, Tony.
So yeah, it is interesting. Tony Khan taking more control. Even though AEW keeps offering everybody vice president and producer spots and left and right, anybody who's a free agent, you could become a vice president of AEW. But
Yo, Tony Khan, call me.
yeah, you'll get the label. But it appears like
I can do some business with you, too.
Tony Khan is just taking all the head for all creative moving forward. We'll see how that pays off. I mean, I think AEW has been doing pretty better this year, but we'll get to that later. That's it for the wide world of wrestling. I mean, should we get into all the GCF talk and all the craziness that's been going on?
GCF talk? Nah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what we're doing?
I don't think we're talking about GCF at all.
We're not talking about GCF today.
Yes, sir. Hey, do what y'all gotta do, man.
We're gonna talk 3PWA.
Just follow our lead, kid. You'll be all right.
All right.
Whoever sells the T-shirts at other people's shows.
On the Warless t-shirts?
So, Tony, we got us a wrestling show this Saturday night, Anaheim.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the main event.
Come on, spit it
I'm
out.
sorry, that was funny. All right, we got Sin Bodhi, the heavyweight champion.
Do the
forgot.
warlord of weird.
So the guy who almost killed you at our show is the champion at 3PWA.
Yes, he is.
Why?
That's business.
Like,
It's
like,
business.
what
He's
you
a
call
moneymaker.
Like we talk
business.
about like psychopaths. Like this man almost killed you.
Hey, you know what?
Worth the price of admission.
If I would have died, then he wouldn't have got paid next week. Just saying.
Fair. Yeah.
Luckily, I moved out of the way.
beat
I mean,
goes on.
anyways, he's taking on the former champion, Jordan Clearwater.
Young Jordan wants that belt back.
This kid, if you guys haven't seen this kid, he is something else. He reminds me of young Dustin Rhodes, young Barry Windham. He's got that lengthy.
I've heard the Wyndham comparisons.
He's got that length to him. He's something else to watch. That's for sure. It's going to be
Well,
one
he's
hell
got
of a
that
match.
fighting spirit, and if you recall, he was wronged a little bit, and then that last bid, Bodie. I mean, between you, me, and however many viewers we got.
I'm not saying it. You go ahead and say it, 'cause
Bodie
if Bodie kicks your ass,
Bodie
I'm
did
okay
it
with that.
pretty. Oh hell! How many people want to kick my ass, Tony?
Have you seen Bodie?
Yes.
That's what I'm
We've seen him
saying.
firsthand.
I,
Yeah.
I don't want him to try to throw another heavy
they
bag
ain't
on
caught
me.
me yet. I'll say it. Bodie did it dirty, and as I'm fond of saying, Jordan's got a bone to pick with him.
I mean, I hope Jordan Clearwater brings like a whole army with him, because killer clowns. I don't fuck with clowns, man.
You never
Everybody
know.
does.
You never know what kind of freaks Simbodi's going to show up with.
Right.
Okay. When you say freaks,
Oh, hey, just
Not a Steiner kind of freak, okay? We're talking.
We're
I
talking.
was already gonna come to the show.
You don't have to sell you anymore.
Like, are we talking like Guy Cool's Girl kind of freaks? Is that
Nah.
No.
We're talking
We're in a whole
about
different freakydom here.
lug wrench wheeling.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
What?
They're, Oh, yeah.
okay.
Rodeo clowns. Octopuses, you know it.
Octopuses?
You know what? Let's take a look at let's roll the.
Oh, you guys
the
brought
over
footage,
there.
too.
Yeah, let's see
Okay.
let's see this promo.
That's
Look at them, man. They came
That's how we roll.
supplied. They came ready to
John
go.
don't even bring footage.
Jordy Clearwater, you're coming back for more, I see. Well, that's not entirely brilliant, but commendable nonetheless.
That's like freaking me out.
February 29
That's
is
kinda
special
creepy.
time. It's the leap year, and that is a gateway to oblivion. Your gateway.
She isn't joking about oblivion. It's where she resides, and she wants you to keep her company.
It's cold and quiet. Would you like to come and
Sunset
play
one.
there with me?
And I want you to make her happy.
We can have
Think
so
how
much fun.
young Jordan
And
Clearwater
Jordy
feels.
Clearwater, you will make Tallulah Bell happy.
We can play games all day. Just me, you, and the clown.
When I unleash Tallulah Bell on you,
Kids just
trust me, she will help usher you into that sweet,
about her. I'm pretty
cold
sure she's
oblivion.
Jordy Clearwater, the clown is coming for you.
Abashed, the clown stood and felt how wonderful laughter was. I enjoy playing with my toys.
That's
Just-
the good stuff.
Just for that, I hope she shows up and takes your soul, Billy Bond.
yeah.
And Tallulah Bell
cold-blooded.
doesn't want you
Just set
playing
Billy
with
Bonds
my
up.
toys.
That's what I have him
Free
for.
reign.
Take a bullet for me.
And so do I.
It's business.
I guess, man.
The clown isn't so funny.
This guy.
Like she's glowing.
Wow.
Will you play with us?
See, that's why I don't fuck with clowns, man.
I do not.
Clowns will happily fuck
Gary.
with you.
Especially that one.
Is that what y'all doing?
You guys are coming to the show,
I
right?
mean, yeah.
I'll introduce you.
I'm cool, man.
Make that happen.
I'll be chilling, you know, somewhere, like in a corner, you know.
What else we got?
Well, we have actually got 3 titles on the line this Saturday night. In addition to that main event for our heavyweight championship, by the way, in case y'all didn't get that, we have the Legion of Valor title on the line. Sergeant Major will defend that championship against the German fitness guru, Gusten Uberstud.
We got a good old fashioned Germany versus the US of A battle.
Yeah,
huh?
a little bit of that vibe. a little bit
USA.
of- right inside an American Legion Hall. Can you
there
can
you
you
go.
beat that?
Look, if it's anything like the last one I went to where that one old Marine guy almost killed poor gymnastics.
Hey, you know Marines can be like
Trust me, hey.
that.
You know, my grandpa was a Marine, so I know. Man.
You know what Marine stands for, right?
No.
Let her rip, Tony,
My ass rides in Navy equipment.
sir.
Sure. Yeah. Semper Fi. There it is.
They are Department of the Navy.
Does your
Just
own
saying.
shadows scare you? Because it sure seems like everything else does.
I just don't fuck with clowns.
Okay.
I don't think
Or
he wants to end
Marines.
up in the closet like
Apparently.
somebody
I
else.
mean, Marines are cool. Who's in the closet besides Declan? And Victor
Okay.
Kelsey?
Okay. Okay.
Amazing.
Who's looking for
Let's not
trouble?
go there.
Oh,
Let's
it's,
not.
It's why we know I don't fuck with those guys.
We have to come up with a PSA with you, man.
All right. And our last title on the line this Saturday evening, February 29th. This gentleman over here and his
that's me.
partner, Biggie Biggs, the Heavy Hitters,
Heavy Hitters.
will defend the 3PWA Tag Team Championships against Las Vegas's own Sky High.
Interesting.
Now, if you haven't seen these guys, they come by that name naturally. This is going to look like a couple of gorillas swatting flies. That's kind of give you a picture there.
All right. And those are some very pretty tag belts here.
Yeah.
So, I got a question. I mean, the Heavy Hitters have been, a staple of the tag team division here at GCF. We haven't seen them in a while. We got a little tag team tournament going on. We got qualifying matches to determine who will be the 4 men to compete for the first ever GCF tag team champions. Do you see yourself and Biggie Biggs coming back to GCF to kind of throw yourselves in the mix? I mean, you guys are an established group here at GCF.
You never know. We might throw our weight around a little bit.
That's a possibility.
That's a lot of weight to throw around.
It
is.
Of course, we're going to have to talk to Billy Bonds and try to get the contracts worked out and all that. But I'm sure we might be able to come up with something.
If Tony and Biggie want into that, they'll be in on it.
Hey,
But
you can come to the offices whenever. I'll make sure Saint's not around or on a lunch break or have a secretary take him out or something.
Special meetings.
We're working it out. We'll if that's the direction we're gonna go, we'll call you.
Well, you've promised championships for Tony Reyes. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
pretty big thing to promise.
And
I mean, you already got the promotions
please,
and energy drinks and all these things going on.
Promising Tony championships was no sweat. Tony does championships.
You got to remember, we're also the UEW tag team champions.
Oh damn!
Even though they're on hiatus for a moment, but we are the UEW tag team champions.
You sure you want to invite that into your
into
your pretty little?
We're cool with UEW.
I think a third belt would be awesome. 3 tag team titles.
I mean, look,
We may have something there, Mr. Wallace,
thanks, man.
if you will.
I see what you did.
See what I did there?
I mean, because DI is already out of the picture in this. You don't have to worry about DI. Kind of squirm around.
Well, I'm worried about DI anyways.
I mean, I don't either, but
They're going through
I
a
would like to
breakup,
get a little
aren't they?
payback on old Mr. Helmuth.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
That's going to happen. I
That's gonna
guarantee you
happen.
that.
Well, I mean,
That's everybody's on notice for that one.
you and Saint went back and forth last week when they came down to rematch clause or non-rematch clause. I mean,
Saint is saying,
We'll work this out.
Well, I tell you what, I may not need a rematch.
oh, you just go after.
I might just show up.
It's gonna take. I mean, it's probably wandering around Stanton somewhere.
Well, hey, I mean, that's
How many
after
times-
all, that's what Helmuth did, right?
How many times did DI jump me and Mikey O'Shea and Biggie Biggs and the list goes on and on.
This is true.
So if they could do it, why can't Tony Reyes do it?
Oh, Tony Reyes can.
a valid
Y'all,
point.
y'all
Valid
haven't
point.
seen a mad Tony Reyes. Guess what? I'm mad now.
Oh,
Speaking of mad, we'll shift our focus back to 3PWA for a moment, back to this Saturday night. At the end of our show, the last time we were in Anaheim, the last time we were at AL Post 72, Jordan Clearwater successfully defended the heavyweight championship against Mikey O'Shea. They had a hell of a match, but, well, much like Helmuth did with you, Terex came out and stomped on a already down and already beaten Mikey O'Shea.
Terex does that to people.
He does.
I've seen him.
But as I'm sure you can all understand, Mikey wants a little bit of payback. And the 3PWA front office has seen fit to give him that. So we are going to get the Irish Juggernaut and the definition of pain this Saturday night in Anaheim.
See, those are two very big individuals.
Very
I said
big
this,
individuals.
When Tony and Terex got into the ring, I mean,
This is
Oh
much
yeah,
the
we're
same.
definitely reinforcing the ring for this one.
okay. I just want to
Yep.
make sure.
Oh yeah.
And the insurance policy on the venue.
Look, that's key. That's important.
Yep. Oh, that's my
I
job.
mean, because I don't know if you saw what Terex did. I mean, you saw.
What I did, if I saw, I was
Sure.
standing
Yeah.
about 10 feet away.
So I mean,
It was an absolute war.
that was something to see.
A war that, need I remind everybody, Tony won.
Yeah,
He did win.
they picked up the victory.
There's silver linings in this thing, Tony.
And dark clouds.
Well, we got 2 seconds to celebrate before he was blindsided. I mean,
glad somebody sees it that way.
Oh, this man's a
I mean, I was there on,
This man-
you know,
this man is
seeing all
Actually,
the
yes,
action.
he is. Let me
Yeah.
take a sidebar here to give you props on that
Thank you so
commentary
much.
debut there, sir.
Thank you.
Called a fine show.
And I truly appreciate that, sir. But again, like me and TJ were there. We saw the war that Tony and Terex went through. Just all the weapons were used: crutches, kendo sticks, the GCF pinatas, tables. It was a
Those
full-out war.
pinatas suck.
Pinatas. God, come on, guys.
Hard candy stuck in my butt for a week.
Well, okay.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
Views and opinions. So,
It don't tickle.
what else do we got going on
Splinters.
Saturday night, Tony?
From the candy?
Let me take your mind and then that
I can't
candy
help it,
out-
man. I'm
out
having
of your ass.
flashbacks. I'm
Well,
having flashbacks over here, man.
Let me help you with those. What else do we have going on there in Anaheim?
We're gonna have a special attraction match. It's gonna be a gauntlet style, rumble style match. We're gonna start off with 2 opponents, and then every minute another one is gonna enter the ring. And the only way to win is by pinfall or submission. It's not over the top rope. So it's our Quantum Leap gauntlet match.
Oh.
See what I did there?
It's leap year.
Leap year. That's right. You know that's right.
See, everybody does like leap year shows. Somebody
Well,
do like an election day show.
Everybody can't do
Election
leap year shows because you can only do a leap year
Great
show
American
once every
Yeah.
4 years. So,
Right.
so
We
not
got
everybody's
right.
doing
No,
leap
One
year
of us
shows.
should copyright Great American Bash.
Yeah,
Before
we get
Cody
sued
Rhodes.
instantly.
I didn't know nobody had that copyright.
I mean, WWE ain't using it.
I mean, we had a bull rope
Also-
match before on the show on this company, GCF. I mean,
We can bury somebody in cement. Right?
Also that night,
okay.
we have a 3-way dance, triple threat, whatever you want to call it.
Three-way dances are fun.
Guy Cool, party captain,
Love that guy.
Piranha Kenrana, and Ricky Tenacious.
Okay.
Let me tell you a little something about Piranha Corona. You know, he's very unpredictable. You never know if he's going to bring fish hooks.
How apropos.
I've seen it happen. I mean, the dude's, you think, you know, UV division's kind of crazy and wild. You may want to look into that guy.
Hey.
Are you trying to just bring more people into this crazy division that
Hey, you
could
never
potentially kill
know.
someone one day? Is that
You
what we're doing?
never know.
Is that what we're...
Hey,
It's not all hardcore. I don't know if
I'm-
you guys know this. You know, like you could bring like submission specialists and like brawlers.
Hey, come on, wait,
like
come on. Now,
high-flyers.
that division
No.
there is
is
overseen by
I've
a-
seen that dig you just did. All right, you want to talk about being submitted? All right,
Oh damn!
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
My bad, dog.
So I go through a table and he slaps this move on me. I didn't tap out.
No, yeah.
No, he
He's
did
adding
not.
to his
He
repertoire,
did
man.
not tap out. He
If
did
you want to get
not
mad at somebody, get
give
mad at
up.
loser, man. You don't have to,
Yeah, I'm mad. Believe me, I'm
you don't
mad.
have to ring a bell.
Well, I don't understand why things get out of hand. I mean, even more out of hand than they're supposed to in that division because I mean it's ran by a saint of a guy. I mean, no,
Sick,
I don't get
sick
nothing
day
for that.
Sick
You
day.
have to stop giving him all these nicknames that inflate his ego, because then he's just gonna keep using them. Like Saint Omac, he still says it.
We're still pushing that?
He addresses himself as Saint Omac.
He dresses himself.
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Saint
I
Omac
did
is
see
in the
another
room.
T-shirt floating around.
But now I have to ask: does he dress himself?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, Jim Amazing probably puts his pants on. But,
Okay, there we go.
I just.
Now we're cooking with
Exactly.
I
gas.
just want to know who does his hair.
See, do we have anything else at 3PWA?
Oh, I'm sure we do, man. The card is loaded.
Oh,
how about
yep.
Snipes?
There we go.
My man Snipes.
You guys
Why?
are definitely familiar.
Why
with
is he
Yeah,
your
kind of
man?
assimilation.
Solid, right?
Solid,
Is that what it is?
Not just that. I mean, he's a good wrestler.
That's okay. I can do that. I got 1% Congo with me. True story.
Congo.
Ancestry.com, man. Look it up.
How do you argue with that?
You can't.
How do you argue with
You
that?
can't. You know, I mean, it's the motherland for a reason.
So
had to
Bane,
take
so
it, they couldn't just leave
Snipes
it.
and Banes. Now, if you guys haven't seen this Banes cat before, you want to talk about a guy that makes you want to get the hell out of Dodge as soon as he walks into the room, the ring, whatever. I mean, that guy's just kind of almost like our champ there, just kind of a creepy, just
Yeah, you definitely get a creepy vibe from the dude. That's for sure.
And he's a big dude.
I think he was once homeless, but
Gary. Yeah, I heard that.
I'm not sure. I'm not for sure. So I don't like talking about things I don't know anything about.
That,
No, that's never stopped you before.
I mean,
See now Tony can beat my ass too.
Was that part of the deal?
was that part of the contract?
You know,
Take all of his aggression out of him?
it's business. So
Well, I do have to ask. Obviously, is this like a trial period for you with him, or just like are you on this track with him all the way through, or are you just seeing how this plays out for like a few months, few weeks? Obviously, he's hooking you up majorly already as it is, but I mean, what if he can't give you what he's already promised you?
I'm giving him an opportunity to show me what he's got.
Okay.
Okay, he's saying he can deliver. I have a feeling that he can. He wants to bring wrestling back to the glory days, and there's no reason why we can't do that.
and just to show that I'm good for my word, while there is a contract in place per my my little challenge stip from Saint, if I'm not able to deliver after some time, I will tear that thing up, and Tony is free to do as he chooses. We're gonna make this happen. I told him.
I mean, I feel like you've done some good things so far at this point.
I'm just getting warmed
You
up.
got the man of energy drink, you know. He's got this new attitude about him, you know. I mean, things starting to look up for Tony Reyes.
I'd rather fight you than know you at this point,
like fight me personally. Or
if
just-
that's what it takes.
I mean, I thought
That's
it
a
was cool.
blanket.
I-
Yeah,
Oh, we
yeah,
cool.
Just be
We
careful.
cool.
and
It's
you'll
just
be all right.
it's a
Remember,
round.
remember
It's a
like
very
Remember
round.
like the Congo thing?
Exactly.
You had to take it back there,
Look,
man.
so that's only like 1%. So you're like only 1% cool.
Ooh, you just did that to yourself.
Look, okay.
I let you guess what 1%.
So
We'll leave that alone. It's a new table, man. So I must ask. Like,
that pretty much covers the card.
Let's address this.
what are we
You
undressing?
made a couple comments about Saint. You know, you pushed him in the ring. You know, Saint came after you a couple times. Like, what's going to become of this little stir up y'all got going on? You know, like what's
Well,
gonna happen?
Here's
Well,
the thing.
well,
If y'all
I
run into
was hot, okay? When I came to, I got him hovering over me. He let it happen in the first place with this ridiculous, he gets a shot anytime, anywhere. What's that all about?
kind of earned it.
That's a Mickey Mouse
Mickey Mouse.
East Coast. Yeah.
Wow, Tony Ray's at a loss for words.
Tony Reyes.
Oh,
I'm trying to censor myself a little bit. All right?
That's right, because
He can't express himself the way he truly wants to.
3PWA is a family
Oh.
show. That's why he's. But
Okay.
no, we're not at 3PWA.
Well, you know, the F
but,
and GCF doesn't stand for family. So, I don't know if you guys have watched any episodes.
Is it for Frank?
At least I don't, you know.
No, you definitely don't.
PG.
F
Just
words,
don't
man.
say-
There's something about
yeah,
F words
just don't
that.
say certain F words.
But
Yeah,
to
Mother
just,
fire
to just,
trucker.
to just roll off of what Tony's talking about and what you were asking about, I told Saint before he unceremoniously ran me out of here with his whatever the hell that weapon he was brandishing that day was, that I see opportunity here for everyone. I'm already showing what I can do for Tony, but somebody doesn't have to work for me or be under contract for me to benefit from what I know and what I can do. Saint and I have some things to work out, but I think everybody can win here.
Do you guys think like you guys could end up being like good buddies? Good
Probably not.
It's something you got
It's
to
kind
work
of hard to
to.
get these guys good graces,
I think we can work together.
I mean, he's pretty
Someday.
It's pretty hard to impress.
I'm not worried about impressing him.
Oh,
I'm sure Saint's gonna
but
love
shouldn't
this
you think-
episode.
Well, no. Let me
Want
rephrase that.
I
As
want
the
him-
commissioner of Gold Coast Federation, sure, I want to impress him. I don't need him to like me, but yes, I guess I do need to impress the man, and I will, and so will Tony Reyes.
You got to understand something. When I pushed him, I didn't have no alliance with Billy Bonds. That was stating, I'm mad. What you did was wrong, letting him do this. It's just a matter of fact. What? Look at the long list of guys that I beat for that championship to retain that title. I bled, I sweated, I carried that division on my back.
Built that division.
And then you're just going to let somebody slide in and just take it from me. That's wrong.
Spitting facts. Spitting facts. I mean, you can't really.
That's why he got knocked on his booty. Right on the booty hole.
Oh, hey, come on now.
Hey, I heard he was digging one of those bottle caps up out of his hoo-ha the other day.
I didn't know he. You know what? Nah, I can't. That's.
And here's another question for Billy
Yes.
Bonds. What made you want to target Tony Reyes as somebody to work for you and with you?
Well, like I said at the beginning here, Tony and I have a working relationship, very different than what we have here at Gold Coast, but we have a working relationship from 3PWA, and I know what Tony is. I know what he does. I know what he's capable of. I saw, granted, this guy's 15 years in this business. He's got nothing to prove, but I still see things he can prove, things he will prove, and things he will achieve and become. And I went on that ride.
Yeah.
That's part of that opportunity.
This old dog ain't done yet.
Not by
We
a
still
long
got a
shot.
lot of ass to whoop.
Yeah, and it looks like GCF's going to see a better, newer version of Tony Reyes, one that we have not seen yet. I mean, we've already seen you go to war, but now with this new, attitude you got going for you, and now with Billy Bonds by your side, I mean, this may be the most dangerous Tony Reyes that GCF has ever seen. If you thought he was dangerous as the UV champion, I think he may be even more dangerous without the UV title. So, for everybody in the GCF roster, I mean, this partnership is...
So basically, Saint, listen to this guy. All right? He's spitting facts right now.
this guy or this guy?
It doesn't matter. They're both saying the truth right now. I am, right now, the most dangerous man in this company.
Let him know.
I'm just glad he's on my side.
So you guys want to plug this show on Saturday?
Ticket
Absolutely.
information.
Where can you get tickets?
You got me all worked up, man. Billy, handle this business.
Okay, well, once again, this Saturday night, February 29th, at American Legion Post 72 in Anaheim. And your
Man, say it like you got something in your sack, boy.
Your main event,
There you
again, Sin Bodhi defending the 3PW Heavyweight Championship against this guy right here. Guys,
You got more footage.
we have
more,
something.
man.
There we
Man.
go.
Jeez. I'm getting that.
You know, I can't stop thinking. I can't stop playing it over in my head. I've played it loops until it's madness. Sin Bodhi, you stole my 3PWA Heavyweight Championship.
Stole it.
And now,
I know how that how that feels.
I'm taking a quantum leap into the new year. Anaheim American Legion Post 72, the Golden Boy returns. On Saturday, February 29th, I'm throwing the rule book out the window. You are going to see a side of Jordan Clearwater that you've never seen before. Even if that means I have to take a ride on the weird side. You see, because I am not walking out of that ring. I am not walking out of that American Legion. And I am not walking out of Anaheim without my 3PWA Heavyweight Championship. And you know why?
Why?
Do you know why that is, Sin Bodhi?
Human nature.
Because I'm the Golden Boy. And I have the Midas touch.
Goddamn.
Boy's not messing around.
Said he got the Midas touch.
You know,
He got a little bit of gold fever, man. He sounded like one of them Yukon guys, man, up there digging for that gold.
yeah, that. And you know what? Like I said again, we have 3 titles on the line. This is going to be one hell of a show. In fact, I think you got one more clip there, just to give the fans kind of a
little
all-around
taste.
All these
3PWA punch.
Who's making you guys this video?
Well, it ain't anybody from GCF.
Oh wow!
Zing.
Hold
Damn.
on now.
Maybe we got our Martin Scorsese camera, man.
Look,
We just got to edit it. That's all.
we got the most beautiful cameras in fucking independent wrestling. We just got a nice.
You know what? You know what we've
production
got?
setup.
We've got D'Lo Brown.
That's fair. You know what? You're right. I mean, I'm almost certain Saint knows D'Lo Brown. You know? No?
Nah.
Okay.
Unless he used to wipe his booty.
Well, he's probably got an autograph from him somewhere. Vixen's action. Some heavy hitters for you. Oh, there's Terex.
Nice little 30-second commercial that we whipped up for Facebook and other media outlets.
And one last parting shot before we ungrace you with our presences. Speaking of media outlets, tomorrow the first episode drops for 3P TV. Your first and only source for everything 3PWA.
Damn.
Look for it on social media.
It's gonna be awesome.
3PT. Who came up with that name? 3PTV. TJ Swab. TJ Swab comes up with our names. So,
Yeah,
Look,
TJ
TJ
knows
Swab
everything.
doesn't come up with our names.
that's-
TJ
it's
Swab
kinda part of his, like, little
scouts
contract
our
that he
Vixens
comes up.
division, I think, but
Did he? Really?
No comment.
yeah. So I don't know.
None.
I think that's all we got. Oh wait, and you know what? We're new merchandise. The new T-shirts that will reflect the growing alliance. The new name, the new alliance, the new 3PWA. Those T-shirts will be available in Anaheim on Saturday night. And that is all I got.
This was fun, guys. I mean,
All right. Yeah, I mean,
but we got to do the best segment of the night here. This is like our bread and butter. We get
Your
the
butt and
people-
butter. What?
best moment of
bread
the
and
show.
butter?
You're gonna
Did I say butt and
excite
butter? You
Tony.
think about butt?
You talking about butt
No,
butt butter?
you talking
Dude,
about
butt
butt
butter.
in
That
this
ain't
episode.
right.
Hey, come on
This
now.
has been-
All right, well, make
I
it
mean-
happen, Captain.
All right, what are the questions?
Well, this is the best moment of the show, obviously. The Q&A. We actually have questions this week.
Oh, well, you know what?
the week we don't ask, we get questions.
I know why. I know why you have questions. You have questions because Saint's not here.
Ooh.
So you're saying since Saint's not here, people want to ask questions?
Dude, you got the biggest draw on your show
people are-
here tonight.
It's like
You're right. You're right. And I said it. And I said it. And I said it
Like,
wouldn't go that way. You're right. You're right.
Like,
My bad.
Like, if you try to make
Please,
it cordial with
please
the guy-
continue.
Let's
your-
get into the
your
Q&A because this is a historic moment that we actually have questions for once in this damn time. But anyways,
Let
jump
it- let-
right
let it rip.
into this, man. What do you think is next for O'Shea after taking his first L in GCF history?
Have you ever seen an angry, bitter
Yeah.
Mikey O'Shea?
Well, I mean,
Seems a lot of people in the GCF roster
I know
are
you
bitter and
have.
mad and angry.
yeah. You know, I mean, for more reasons than one. I mean, given the way that he lost, you know, I mean, you know, Guy Cool's girl came up, you know, tried to, you know, distract him. Got distracted a little bit. Guy Cool gave him the roll up. Yeah, I'd be mad too. But if I'm Mikey O'Shea, man, you know,
You're not.
I'm tearing through the whole. I'm tearing through the whole roster, man. Like,
Again?
I want to reclaim that top spot.
He may well just do that.
He might do that. So I mean, Tony, I mean, you talking about you know, tearing through the roster. I mean, if you and Mikey O'Shea, you know,
Oh.
you guys might clash.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time. I guarantee you ain't gonna be the last.
Irresistible force, immovable object.
Nice, yeah.
Yikes.
That would be.
That was, you know, I'll even say this. That was the biggest match Orange County Championship Wrestling ever had. Was Tony Reyes versus Mikey O'Shea for the title.
Things to ponder.
Yeah. I mean, it's very interesting. Like we said, there's a lot of pissed off people apparently in the GCF locker room. But let's get to the next question. What company would you sign to if you were in the shoes of Matt Hardy?
Impact.
Really?
Why not?
AEW.
Impact used to let him do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He would get free reign there easily. I mean, he could become, vice president, producer at AEW. But, I mean,
You guys have that. I don't know.
NWA? No.
Nah.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't.
He needs to go somewhere where he could use his creative abilities
Yeah.
because he's just too good just to.
But I don't see
To be bottled up.
anybody in the big game, the big 3 or 4, however many there are, where that could happen. So I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it depends
I
on the
don't know where he
contract that
goes.
AEW offers him. To be honest with you,
yeah, from what I've heard or been told, that he's probably going to be the leader of the Dark Order if he does sign with AEW. That's the plan there. If he goes to Impact, he'll probably get to do whatever the hell he wants.
good because
Free
those
reign.
guys suck.
I was gonna say maybe he can rescue the Dork Order from
The
themselves.
Dork Order. That's what.
That's
I mean-
almost as good as Walrus.
Shots continue, man. All right, next question. Do you think NXT is regretting moving to Wednesday nights?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No,
No. Not yet. Do you think they will at some point?
Maybe they should be, but I don't.
Who?
I don't think they're.
NXT. Hunter's little promotion.
Hunters. That's cute.
So okay.
Hey, they got some talented guys there.
Yeah.
You know, when you come across people like Mr. NXT and Mr. Takeover, Johnny Wrestling, and then there's just so much talent there. Just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Next one. If you were rebooting the Ruthless Aggression era, who would be your stars and/or champions?
Coming out of the Attitude Era, I don't think you're gonna do that any better than they did.
Yeah.
For me personally, yeah.
Who's left? You know, I mean, let's be honest. You're gonna do Legacy with Randy Orton and who?
Yeah. I mean, I guess what people usually bring up is that they'll probably have Booker beat Triple H at that Mania.
Yeah. That'd probably be the one thing I would change.
But I mean, yeah.
Now, I'd rather see Legacy come back, to be honest with you. But Cody's overdoing his thing. And, we haven't seen, Curtis Axel in how long? But
Yeah.
yet he's still a functioning member of the WWE.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't.
They did
They-
as best as they could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let that flourish like they should.
Yeah.
They kind of cut it off real quick to give Randy Orton another
push,
meaningless
right.
John Cena feud for the WWE title. Yeah.
All right. So next question: do you plan to watch the Saudi show or AEW Revolution or both?
Which one do I got to pay for?
I'll be a
Pretty sure you can
little.
find
I'll
both
be a
for
little
free.
busy, as will
Obviously,
Mr.
yeah.
Reyes during AEW Revolution. So we won't be watching it live at least.
I mean, I could do like a Tony Schiavone and like after every match, I could spoil the result of like every match at AEW, like during the show.
At the show?
Yeah, just grab a mic like, hey.
Why the hell not? I got no dog in that fight.
Yeah, but hey, John Moxley just won the AEW title, guys.
And it's
And, you know,
That ain't gonna happen.
I will say this, our fans are pretty passionate. So if you do that,
Drop
you
the
get hit with a
spoiler
hammer or
alerts.
something.
I'm
I'm sorry.
Be one of those there too.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah. Sit close to an exit if you're
You're
gonna,
gonna be
if
dropping
you're gonna do
spoilers like that.
shot.
So nobody's watching the Saudi show. It's skipping. Everybody's skipping it.
man.
We're not gonna watch Goldberg win the title.
Don't put that in the universe, man.
Too late, man. What's wrong with Goldberg? Rock can do it, so can Goldberg.
You're comparing Brock Lesnar to Goldberg. I just want you to know that. 1, 2. No, we don't need another Goldberg reign.
Why not?
We didn't need the first one.
180 days. Come on, 180 billion whatevers.
Nope. I feel about Goldberg the way I do about Taker. In fact, I'm a huge Goldberg mark, but that ship sailed eons ago.
And Goldberg will be present during WrestleMania. It's pretty much almost confirmed that he's either facing Roman or John Cena at this year's Mania.
That just makes my insides hurt.
Yeah, so it looks
With
like
Stone Cold being a special guest referee.
might as well at that point. I
I'd
mean,
rather see him come back, something he says he'll never do, than any of the people we're talking about.
it's probably a
And
smart
no, I don't
decision
want to
for him.
see that either.
Yeah, he was smart enough to get it out when he could. This is another GCF question. Have you confirmed if Super Beal's horn is indeed a weapon or not?
Oh, that's a very
I
good
heard.
Yeah,
I heard
'cause
things got horn.
I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
hear.
Cadillac's had some weird speculation that the horn helps him win, and
It's a source of power, man.
it's a source of power.
Me and
Word.
TJ were there. We were calling the match. The
It's
dude
not a fucking TV antenna. It's just a
he used
fucking
it to
horn.
win the
Well,
match.
no,
pretty
hold
much.
on.
You dropped the F-bomb. You
Let's
dropped the
cut,
F-bomb.
let's cut to more basics.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What is this horn made of? Is this a stuffed animal horn or is this a fucking horn? If it's
Tusk.
a horn,
Is it a tusk?
if it's a horn or a tusk,
Waller
it's a
fixed
goddamn weapon.
RJ,
Alright.
you know about Tusk, right?
This is one directed by
That
Kevin
wasn't
Smith
even
too.
I
good.
only watched the
That was
movie
too
once.
easy. It wasn't even good.
Once.
Anyway, yeah, no.
So that hasn't been confirmed, right? We're still.
No, it's not been confirmed.
Oh, okay. We'll see that later on. Okay, with Maximum Carnage 2 coming up, they want to know, will Maximum Carnage be like a every year pay-per-view or show, for GCF?
I mean, it's definitely one of our staple shows, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's one we were excited to bring back. Especially how last year's ended. We kind of hope that doesn't happen because I don't want to get my ass kicked in the ring again. He's a daredevil. He likes to do shit like that.
Oh yeah, he's dancing
If you
on the
guys-
wrong thin line right now,
Yeah,
brother.
If you guys keep that beef up, I don't know. You might come out there. I don't know. I don't speak for the man, but I'm just saying, like.
Standing clear. I can appreciate that.
And I think that question comes because AEW has said like Double or Nothing and All Out's going to be a staple of their company every single year. Obviously, we're getting Maximum Carnage 2 this year, so we'll see.
And then
Yeah.
WWE recycles the
Yeah.
names
Yeah.
every year. It's a done thing, and that's a hell of a name. I'll give you that. That's a hell of a name.
No.
We're comic book nerds, so we're at GCF. So it's-
Another
See, You're
question.
gonna ruin it for me. I didn't even know that.
I know.
I just like
Hit
the
us
name.
with it.
How do the GCF tag titles look like? Or is there like a conceptual idea that people want to know?
Tag Team Championships look like Tag Team Championships.
Great, blurring the
Nobody in
lines.
company has seen yet because the investors won't let us see them. It's kind of like we'll see.
So
him,
it's
we'll see him the day somebody gets crowned.
we're not gonna have leaks, right?
Really?
Well, they're not
I mean,
they're not
we
like
don't
melting
need
down like family heirlooms to make the gold and stuff like that, are they?
I
I
don't
mean,
know what they're doing, but
We'll find out soon enough.
all we can say is every championship that we've had so far, we didn't see to the day of. So the investors are doing their work. They said these belts are going to look beautiful. So we just got to take their word for it,
Right. 2 more cues, just 2 more. Actually, we'll just do 1 more. Would GCF ever introduce our own steel cage like AEW did last week? And if they were to do that, would they have the AEW rules where you could only win by submission or pinfall? Escaping the cage does not, give you a win.
Well, no.
So it's like 2 questions.
Yeah. So, I mean, the steel cage is a possibility. I mean, I've always been a fan of steel cage matches. steel cage could happen. Probably won't happen in the dojo. So, whenever GCF makes that move, to, like an American Legion post or, somewhere, steel cage could happen. Maybe at a maximum card. Who knows?
How about barbed wire all around the ring instead of ropes? Yeah.
Oh,
Giving Joseph Saint ideas, that's cool. He already, foams at the mouth every time he comes up with the UV match. Like, gee, barbed wire?
you could rip open a lot of pinatas with barbed wire.
And we only have liability
Just saying.
insurance.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another exciting episode of Mats and Marks. I'm going to let you guys plug your show one more time before we get off the air.
Buy a ticket and come watch us.
There's a Eventbrite ticket link on the Facebook event page for the show. You can also hit up any member of the staff or any of the competitors that are working the match, working the show. So let us know and get a ticket and come on out.
All right. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Mats and Marks. It's your boy, Hollywood Hogan.
It's your guy, RJ Wallace. And leave it all on the mat, or you're just another mark.
He got it
Hey,
right.
y'all might want to go let dude out of the closet now.
Why is he in a closet?
They said he had a day
I
off.
have no
man.
idea.
I gave him a
Taking
day
time off.
Email him or did you text him?
Texted him. He doesn't usually answer my text though.
Thanks for having us.